man. We can see new tag champs.
The following is a king of the first from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 282 pounds.
We're set to begin the King of the Ring tournament for Sammoa Joe. He's ready to destroy the field.
What I'm going to do in King of the Ring. Here's what you don't understand. That's for you. For the king has spoken.
I, for one, think Sammoa Joe would be one heck of a King of the Ring.
Are you changing your pick now?
I'm
Yeah,
still
come
picking
on,
McIntyre, but if Joe wins tonight, I may change in my mind. Now this man.
The ring.
He certainly could be, and Cesaro looking over. For Cesaro, he is ready for this opportunity tonight.
The king of the WWE, because he plays exactly to my strengths on winning this year's tournament. And then the king of swing is going to be known as the king of the ring.
Oh, we could see Cesaro as King of the Ring, and well, 16 superstars are in the King of the Ring tournament, 8 from Raw, 8 from SmackDown. There you see the bracket.
I think it's important to point out this is a single elimination tournament, means you must win, and one of these men will advance. The other are not going to have an opportunity in my career to call a number of these King of the Ring tournaments over the years. We have sports.
Oh, Cesaro!
Oh my God!
Cesaro!
And I had the opportunity to speak to Triple H earlier today, the man who once won the King of the Ring tournament. He talked a lot about how this tournament can change your entire career. It can change the path that your career is on. Once you win King of the Ring, everything is in your future.
Oh! Sammoa Joe is in control. Is Joe going to advance? On Monday Night Raw, this is a first-round King of the Ring matchup between Cesaro and Samoa Joe.
Now, how hard-hitting is this match, Ben? Vic, you mentioned earlier, perhaps going to be the most physical match of this entire tournament. And these guys are smiling at one another as they beat the hell out of each other.
These two are as tough as they come.
Oh!
And Samoa Joe has been able to shut down Cesaro every time Cesaro gains any momentum.
That's why Cesaro wanted to get started so quick out the gate, this killer instinct of Samoa Joe.
And this is what happened moments ago, the impact by Joe to Cesaro. It's been like that this entire matchup. You know, moments ago you saw the throne, the robe, the scepter, the crown, the symbols of what it means to become King of the Ring. You win this tournament, it will send your career skyrocketing for the most part.
There's been such a buzz around the locker room backstage ever since the announcement of King of the Ring returning. Every superstar knows it's a giant launching pad.
Well, who can ever forget Austin 316 was launched at the King of the Ring tournament.
Come on, Bret Hart is King of the Ring.
The first ever King of the Ring, the Hall of Famer, Don the Rock Morocco.
The question is, who will emerge 2019 King of the Ring? Which of these two superstars will advance as Samoa Joe?
No one's home.
Waited too long, and now Cesaro. This is Cesaro's moment.
Indeed it is. If he can capitalize here, try to climb back into this match against Samoa Joe. The physical match has taken such a toll on both of these competitors.
Cesaro said King of the Ring, one of his favorite tournaments, and it represents exactly what he is, which is excellence and quality. And look at Cesaro now unleashing on Samoa Joe in the corner. Look at Cesaro go.
And Cesaro's not letting this opportunity pass him up.
Cesaro holds himself to a high standard.
Oh my God.
And what is King off the boot? Cesaro into the cover to advance, and Joe able to kick out at 2.
Yeah, we're getting word right now, too, that, and we're going to hear a little bit more about it at the end of this matchup, that the as we take another look here at the physical kick right to the jaw of Samoa Joe by Cesaro. We are going to have a tag team title match here tonight. It will be Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman challenging Anderson and Gallows of the OC for the Raw tag team titles. More on that in just a little bit. But the power of Cesaro could not get Joe quite off his feet.
Well, it's kind of the fatigue
Try
setting
again.
in. But he did it again. Both as Cesaro finally able to get Joe over.
Well, that's like Cesaro saying, I couldn't do it the first time. Now I'm ticked off. Now I'm going to take it to you, Joe.
Into the cover goes Cesaro to advance to the second round, and another kick out by Sammoa Joe. But it just, again, how hard-hitting this matchup has been, and it's only the first matchup of the King of the Ring tournament.
Look at Cesaro as one of the most finely tuned athletes in all of WWE. You can see the toll that Joe's starting to take on him.
Most of these men in this tournament, all of them, in fact, are very, very proud. They understand what winning a tournament of this magnitude will mean. You have to win 4 matches in order to be crowned King of the Ring. That is a tall task against the toughest competition in the world.
And now Sammoa Joe taken off his feet by Cesaro. Cesaro's got to capitalize,
Yeah, you can see the wheels spinning for Cesaro, though, as he starts to pick up speed.
And what an uppercut again, Joe to his knees.
And Cesaro getting Joe back into the ring. Cesaro.
Somehow I think these two like this.
Gluttons for punishment.
And now measuring Sammoa Joe, high cross body. Into the cover, is it enough? Again, Sammoa Joe keeps his King of the Ring hopes alive. Both taken out of these superstars here. And you take a look at the King of the Ring tournament. I mean, it must be hard not to get caught up in the bracket looking towards the future. You got to stay mentally tough in this situation. Oh, no. Cesaro stunned. Can Joe capitalize? Senton connects. Joe into the cover. Hooks the inside leg, and Cesaro again able to kick out. I'll take a look at this one more time. Gotcha! Uranagi.
Just see the exhaustion setting in on both Cesaro and Sammoa Joe.
And no rest for the weary, because the winner of this match will actually, in the next round, take on the winner of next week's Ricochet Drew McIntyre match. Can you imagine one of these two men against McIntyre, how physical that'll be? Or what Ricochet be able to do in the ring against one of these two?
We've seen Ricochet and Cesaro, what they've done in the ring together. It's one for the ages.
Another uppercut by Cesaro, as Cesaro continuing to go right at the chest. And now, wait a minute.
Can we swing?
Oh, we can!
Oh, my God!
King of Swing got a few, now looking for a sharpshooter. Can Cesaro turn Samoa Joe center of the ring? Is Joe going to tap out? There's nowhere for Joe to go. And look at...
Smart move. Great ring awareness from Cesaro.
Crossface. Shift the momentum by Joe. Shoulders down. Another kick out.
Better move right there by Samoa Joe.
And now looking for the neuralizer. Reversed.
Wow.
And trying to fly in the air again. It's caught. Coquina kills. It's locked in center of the ring.
Cesaro's got nowhere to go.
And Cesaro has to tap.
Sammoa Joe!
Samoa Joe.
3 more wins for Samoa Joe, and he'll be wearing the crown.
This take will focus on next week's bracket. Samoa Joe advances, but who will he meet?
We can't wait for that one. That is going to be a much different matchup than the matchup we just witnessed. Insane later on tonight, but Samoa Joe on his way perhaps.
And Monday Night Raw, the boss, Sasha Banks, finally will break her silence.
Here, the New Day's in the house. They go head-to-head with the
Cedric Alexander silence, the critic of the critics. In advance to the second round, it's Alexander versus Zayn.
And well, there we see Sasha Banks, and after what happened on King's Court earlier tonight, we understand we will hear from the boss tonight.
Sasha Banks will sit down and explain why she did what she did to Natalya and Becky Lynch last week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time. He is a Hall of Famer, Booker T. Hi, Book, joining us from his home in Houston. Book, all kidding aside, and before we get into the King of the Ring, I would like to talk to you about the fact that it doesn't pay to be a Hall of Famer on Monday Night Raw right now. First Mick Foley, then Kurt Angle, and now tonight, Jerry the King Lawler falling victim to The Fiend. Your thoughts?
Yeah, Bray Wyatt, he is a fiend right now. I mean, but more like a rabid dog. I mean, with a rabid dog, you can do 2 things, Cole. You could either put him down, or like Bray Wyatt says, you could just run. I think that was just being in the wrong place at the wrong time for Jerry Lawler.
Hey, Book, let's talk about the King of the Ring tournament. You know, back in 2006, you won the King of the Ring tournament, and in my mind became the most entertaining king in history. King Booker Book with Queen Charmel. Book, what did winning the King of the Ring tournament mean for your career?
I think of names like, Handsome Harley Race, King Handsome Harley Race, God rest his soul. I think of King Savage, and that winning the King of the Ring, it definitely puts, a stamp on your career. It puts that exclamation point on your career, and for me, it catapulted me to new heights.
So, Book, I'm going to put you on the spot now. Who wins the 2019 King of the Ring tournament?
Man, it's a hard choice. You got a lot of great superstars that's going to be in the tournament, but, if I had to choose one, it would be King Drew. At the end of the day, King Drew McIntyre is my pick.
Thank you, Book. Enjoy your time, and thank you for joining us here tonight on Raw.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.